Okay, so a while back I talked about double pedals some and how I'd never owned a double pedal and how I would like to have one and all that. And I did a review of the PDP502 double pedal. Well, I bought that one because for what I do, which just as having fun kind of drummer, not doing it professionally, I thought that was the best thing to do. Well, wouldn't you know, not long after I bought that, I found on my local Craigslist this that I dreamed of having, the DW9000 double pedal. Now I shot some video before I got rid of the PDP pedal to kind of give you a comparison of the two. In the first video I talked about how the PDP should be a good beginner's pedal, and I still believe that, because this pedal at almost $600 is not really something a person like me could justify. Okay, again, if you do this for a living, no doubt. Okay, but when I came across this double pedal on Craigslist for about half of what a new one cost, it was tough to pass up. I was willing to spend that much for it. Almost $600 was just no way to justify. That's the beauty of buying used equipment. You can find things you really want for less than new price. Okay, oftentimes if you shop carefully and are patient, you'll find something like this that is basically mint. This pedal showed really no use, had the case, had the connecting rod, of course, the slave pedal, all the parts and pieces that came with it. A really good buy. Okay, nothing wrong with buying used. You're starting out, build things up as you go along. So anyway, I may tag on the end of this video where I did some comparison when I had the 502 and this pedal side by side. It's easy to see, though, once you get your hands on one, why this pedal is easily 2-3 times the price of the 502 pedal. Okay, and the 5000 series will be in between the two. Okay, again, if I were doing this for a living, I would have had no problem paying regular price for one of these. Okay, but I don't play for a living. I have a regular day job and I enjoy playing drums. Okay, the quality of this pedal is just unbelievable. You can find other videos on YouTube that tell you all the particulars about them, so I won't bore you with all that. But you can see when you compare side by side why a pedal like this costs what it does. Okay, I got to looking at my PDP and there were some pieces in it that were plastic, okay, as opposed to metal. It's a way to save cost. Okay, you can't blame manufacturers for that. They're giving us what we want at a price that we can pay. Okay, this pedal is a monster compared to the other. Posts are much thicker, much stronger. Everything's metal. All the adjustment knobs, the post, and the PDP, for example, your locking knob and all were plastic. Okay, and it was a plastic piece that slipped over a post that was on part of the metal uprights here. Double chains here. You've got the infinitely adjustable cam here to give it part of that floating feel. Bearings all over the place for smoothness. This pedal to me just feels so good. Okay, there's, again, I haven't played a lot of pedals, but every time I would go to a store and put my foot on a pedal, this one always felt good to me. If you can find one of these on eBay or your Craigslist, for half of something or whatever they sell for new, you need to jump on it. I do not think you will regret it. Very nice pedal. Okay, I wanted to talk some about the differences between this PDP 502 double pedal and a DW9000. Just looking at the front, you see the difference just in mass on the 9000 versus the 502. Now, you don't need me to tell you that the 9000 is a good pedal. Obviously, has quite the reputation for being a really nice pedal. Well-deserved opinions from a lot of folks. For those of us just starting out, though, you don't always have, say, $600 to spend on a pedal. There's nothing wrong with starting with something less than that. Okay, just to see some of the differences. So, when you go, well, I can get this pedal for $150, and this one's going to cost me nearly $600. What's the difference? Well, for one thing, if you are a working musician, you do this for a living, yeah, I can see right away spending money like that on a pedal. If you're just starting, you're a kid, or maybe you're not a kid, you may be an adult and just picking up drums. Maybe you've played for years and just want to try the double pedal. There's nothing wrong with starting with something like this 502. Okay, similarities: double chain. Okay, spring adjustment looks similar. Here's the differences that you'll see though. The PDP pedal, this is all plastic here. Okay, so if I can lift this slave pedal into the picture, see these wings here on the side? This is a plastic piece sliding on here with plastic adjustment knobs. Okay, over here on the 9000, knurled metal. Okay, there's a big hex adjustment here, loosening knob there. Okay, look at the difference in just the mass between the beater, hex shaft. Everything just looks beefier here. Okay, obviously there's a lot more, let's say, design, a lot more expense that goes into a pedal like the 9000. Anything like this, any of these castings, I would think would cost more money. Okay, springs on the inside rather than the outside. Some of those things, what does it matter? I don't know. It's just the design of it. It's the way the pedal is made. Okay, a minor thing, if you look here, fix this pedal on your drum hoop, you have just a hex key. Okay, just take your drum key to tighten that down. Okay, nothing wrong with that, but you take a pedal like this, you already have a nice grip there to attach it. Plates, both have nice plates. Okay, you'll see the pedal on the 9000, the plate on it is wider. This delta bearing hinge that DW talks about a lot, give it a good smooth feel. Okay, those are just some of the differences when you look. Then there's the, if you want to call it, technological differences. Here with this infinitely adjustable cam, okay, there's a piece underneath the chain here that you can move back to decide if you want the cam to be more out or closer in. Okay, that has to relate to the amount of torque that you get, if you want speed, if you want power, just how you want to do it. You can adjust the height of the pedal board separate from, say, your beater angle adjustment. Whereas here you have to adjust, if you want to raise your pedal height, then you've got to take your springs, the spring lock off up here, move your chains back up, all that just to raise the pedal height. Okay, so that's the differences. You know, for several $100s, you have to ask yourself, boy, is it worth that or not? Again, you do it for a living, sure. If you're starting out, maybe not. In my case, I bought this double pedal to learn with. Right after I got it, found a great deal on this pedal on my local Craigslist. Okay, too good to pass up. All right, so in those ways, sometimes that's the way it'll work out. Start in one place, move to another. Okay, I had not planned to buy this pedal. I knew that it was not feasible for me to spend $600 on a pedal, but to find this pedal, double pedal here, okay, local Craigslist, well over $300, kind of a no-brainer. That's just some of the differences to help you decide if it's worth hundreds of extra dollars to go with something of the quality of a 9000. Again, hobbyists are starting out, no shame, nothing wrong starting with something like the 502. Graduate later to something a little bit higher quality.